somebody brought up the butter my butt cut thing, and I'm like, all right, I'll do it. Like, and listen, have you guys ever been bullied? Because that's what happens to me. I think I get bullied.
Never.
into doing something.
Let's bring on Avs play-by-play guy, Marc Moser. He's going to join us now. You've seen him in the news for damn good reason. Some unbelievable calls. He happens to also call the games of the hottest team in the NHL. Sort of. I don't know. Would you consider them the hottest team in the NHL? 9 wins in a row?
I think they probably are. I mean, I think they have to be. Look, they one of 4 teams to have one regulation loss through 21 games, now 22 games in the history of this league. That's just crazy talk. I mean, in today's modern, you guys know, today's modern NHL, to get to that record, 16-1-5 it's insane. I mean, listen, it's a good start to the year. They want to have a good start to the year, but holy cow, it's pretty good. They're winning games even when they're not at their best, and I think that's probably what good hockey teams do.
Here's our thing, though. We want hot teams to lose games. So then when they win games again, we could talk about how they're the new hottest team in the NHL. Avalanche are becoming a very boring team by just winning games.
I'll tell you what's so weird, boys, is you go to the rink, like the Sharks are in town tomorrow night, and we were talking today on my radio program about Celebrini, about Smith, and about some of the young studs they have there, and their goaltending is good. And it's like you go to the rink, and these guys are awesome. Celebrini's 3 points behind McKinnon for the league lead. You're like, wow, that's crazy. But I'll go to the rink tomorrow, and I'm like, man, I expect these guys to win just because they're finding different ways, whether it's a physical game, whether it's a high-scoring game. You saw the last couple of games when they didn't play well at all. They have like one good period or maybe 1.5, 2 good periods out of the last 6, and they get 2 shutouts in a row. First time in franchise history on the back-to-back. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's going to end sometime. It has to end. I mean, this league is too damn good, and there's too many good teams that want to kick your butt. And Brent Burns told me the other day, he goes, look, it feels like everybody, we got a target on us. Everybody wants a piece of us now, and that's the way it's going to be, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, in a league or in a season where the entire league is competitive and nobody's really separating themselves, the Avs look absolutely ridiculous on top of the standings because they're literally the only team in the league that seems like they're monsters right now. And like when you anticipate the fall off or the fall back down to earth a little bit, do you still think that they are going to be the best team in the league?
Yeah, Pete, I think that they're just constructed really well. And I look around the league, and I'll talk to Riker and Kiefer and Johnny Liles and everybody about this, and Connor. I look at some rosters, and I'm like, golly, I wouldn't have constructed my roster that way. And you can see the clear gaps, right? You say, okay, well, they're missing this and then part of this, and you're like, it's going to be tough on them to go deep, right? Even if they're a good team and they rack up points in the regular season, I just think this team is really constructed well. The back end is good. They've got a right mix. Up front, having Brock Nelson come back on that 3-year deal after the trade last year was absolutely huge. When the Avs won in 22, I mean, Kadri was very much the perfect 2C. You guys know that.
Yep.
And so Nelson, and I don't know how long it takes guys to get accustomed to a new environment, but he is right there right now. I mean, he's playing great hockey. And so up the middle, they're good. They got plenty of scoring. They're defending really well. The goaltenders, as you guys know, are awesome right now. So, yeah, I think they have what it takes. Not that they won't tinker at the deadline or maybe look to add a little bit more. Who knows? But what they've got going right now is pretty awesome.
We like broadcasts that fuck around, and yours is probably near the top of the list. I mean, Edmonton is really up there, but as far as the in-game action goes, they're not buttoned up, but they'll give something that's for everybody. You guys seem to lean into the kind of fuck arounding. We like rumpus time. Where would you, on a scale of like 1 to 10, and 10 is full rumpus, where do you try to keep it?
I try to keep it at a 1. But the thing is, I'm surrounded by these knuckleheads.
You're doing a bad job.
Yeah. No. You know what? Listen, man, and I know that there are some people. I think when we call the game, like actually just calling the game, I think it's pretty straightforward, professional calling the game. But you have to keep in mind with our broadcast, like all of us have known each other for so long, right? And we've got a great team because the deal is the team. The team is the product. The team is the entertainment. We're here to facilitate and have fun. But that's one thing that we do. We're all buddies off the ice. We all golf together. Do whatever, hang out, barbecue, that sort of thing. So it's like if you're just doing stuff with your buddies all the time, you want to have fun doing it, right? And this is we're not, solving world problems. I'm not at the UN trying to work out peace deals and that kind of thing. We're calling hockey games. It should be fun. I mean, the NHL is fun. This Avalanche team is fun. So we have a lot of fun as a broadcast, but we all know each other so well, and it just makes it easy. And we don't do that too often, guys. I know that I saw the butter the biscuit thing. So I do a radio show in the morning, and then I'm with that crew, and everybody knows everybody, but I'm with that crew at nighttime. So the morning guys, like Parker Kelly hadn't scored, when he first got here, and all this kind of thing, and they're like, listen, if he scores, you got to say something. These are my two co-hosts in the morning. I'm like, well, what? Somebody brought up the butter my butt cut thing, and I'm like, all right, I'll do it. Like, and listen, have you guys ever been bullied? Because that's what happens to me. I think I get bullied.
Never.
and doing something,
Not me.
doing something crazy, and so the Parker Kelly thing came out, and then I had no idea this whole reindeer thing. So Kiefer had an idea for a tease, and so he needs an idea, so he calls Johnny Liles, and Johnny Liles, I don't know how his brain is working these days. So he's the one that comes up with the phrase, right? And then Kiefer at the hotel, they've got the Santa box, and then he writes the letter to Santa. So when you see that come up on the screen as you're ready to start the broadcast, and I hadn't seen it before, I'm supposed to say, hey, like, get bent, get out, screw you. No, I guess I'm gonna be a good teammate. I'm gonna go along with it. People think we're unhinged or whatever, but we're just having fun, and it's just one of those things, man. I like to please my guys. Our whole crew is really, really awesome, so it's great, and we have fun doing it, man.
You're not giving yourself enough credit, or you're passing the buck. You're like, oh, these amazing moments just happen to come from me. They're just passing through my body.
Deej, I'll tell you this. The vast majority of everything we do is completely unscripted. If you watch the game itself, and we'll stick it to Riker or stick it to Kiefer back in the studio, or Johnny Liles, when he goes from the booth to the set at home, he takes his tie off, and he's got his shirt unbuttons down to like here, and he's got this hair hanging out and all this and necklaces, and I'm like, so during our hit the other night after the Ranger game, like when the camera was on Riker down between the benches, I took my tie off and unbuttoned down to here like Miami Vice, and I'm like, dude, so I'm like, I didn't get the memo for the Miami Vice. I mean, these guys make it really easy to have fun. They're just great dudes. They really are total pros, but it's a lot of fun to do the broadcast with these guys. I can think of a lot of worse places and people to do games with. I can promise you that.
Yeah, that's genuinely my favorite part of the broadcast is you can tell how much you guys like each other, and you can tell that it seems like you guys hang out off broadcast. Seems like you shoot the shit. Like it very much comes through. And when you say like you guys get accused of being unhinged, I don't see that as a dirty word. Maybe it's because I grew up in like the church of Jack Edwards in New England, listening to him on Nesson. Like the worst thing that you can be is boring when you tune into some of these broadcasts. And like, I'm sure that you get accusations of being biased or being ridiculous, but like the home broadcast is not for people tuning in outside of the market. The home broadcast is for the fans and for the people that like welcome you into their houses on 82 times a year or whatever it is. So I love it. And I tune into altitude.
That was one of our questions.
I got accused. No, I know what it's called. I've been accused of mispronouncing it because I say altitude.
And see, people listen. In today's modern age, man, can you imagine 20 years ago? You're not going to hear that. I mean, people can nitpick. I mean, look at his mustache. I mean, look what's this little thing right here? People do that kind of thing, right? They're all over you for whatever. I mean, they're all over my hairline and whatever. I mean, it's
hairline looks great.
Well, dude, you can't believe this, man. We like they'll show the shot from the backside, and I'm like, there used to be stuff here, more stuff. I mean, there's still some stuff, but there used to be. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Where's that going, right? But it's, man, I can see where people from other teams and listen. I've watched and heard every broadcast in this league a billion times. I watch a boatload of games. I listen to a boatload of games. Sometimes I like to have a Heineken and sit in my bathtub and just put on the Sirius XM and scam around games and whatnot. And so it's I can see why other teams might look at ours and go, oh, these guys are insane, these guys are idiots, it's a friggin' clown show. I guess I can get that, but I don't know, man. It's just life is too short to just be hello and welcome to the hockey game, and this guy is really good, that kind of thing.
That's the thing, man. Like, Pete and I have talked about this. The whole, all right, we're here with Marc Moser, and we're going to talk about the Colorado Avalanche, see what they can do this season. They won recently, but after an up and down season last year in which they lost Mikko Rantanen, they're trying to reclaim their status atop the NHL. I'm not smart, and I was just able to do that. Literally anybody can fucking do that. So it's when
good
people
job,
don't.
That was awesome. Yeah, that was terrific.
It's when people don't do that immediately people like Pete and I are like, all right, who's this now? Because at some point in their career, they were probably taught to do that, and they figured out a way to be themselves. It brings me to this. You tweeted a video explaining that Kyle Keefe had asked you to do the paint my reindeer and call me a goblin.
I felt obligated, man. I'm like, if I don't do this, he's on the trip. He doesn't go on all the road trips. He's on the trip. I have an obligation to my boy. I mean, if these guys are setting it up, I got to give them the payoff.
But you posted it with, this will hopefully explain. We're a team, and I try to be a good teammate. For the haters, ... well, bye. My only nitpick there is I wouldn't have hated the nail polish emoji for the haters. Well, bye. But it indicates to us you have haters.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Well, one of them lives at my house. My wife goes, "Oh, you gonna talk about that stupid call the other night?" I said, "Well, they want to talk." She's like, "It was so dumb." I'm like, "Thanks, honey. Appreciate that. I try, She got all over me, man. She's like, "That was so stupid." Well, it might have been, and she's pretty good taste, but it's funny. It's funny because you get into these rivalries with your division foes and whatnot. There are some Minnesota fans who hate my guts. I don't blame them. Some Dallas fans, obviously, who absolutely, if I was on fire, they wouldn't throw water on me, So it's all right, though. That's part of the game. That's what makes, hockey so great. These fan bases going at each other, and we've got an unbelievably good fan base. And like you guys said earlier, that's what we play to. We play to our fan base. I'm not playing to the Dallas Stars fans. I'm not playing to fans of Josh and Razor or LePantis fans or anything like that, Minnesota fans or any other team for that matter. But listen, when we see other teams make great plays and great players make great plays and have great goals, we get excited about that. We're as enthusiastic, about this game and the future of this game and guys on other teams as anybody is. I hope people don't think we're too big of homers, but we are Avs people. I mean, we got two guys in the broadcast who played for the team and two guys who have been around for like 30 years. So, and Connor's been around for 20 years. So yeah, man, it's our team. We play to our crowd and hopefully the fans like it.
How did you call those moments where Landeskog seemed to have scored his first regular season goal since Vietnam and they kept getting overturned? As I say that, one of them might have been a national broadcast, but what do you do in those moments? Because we laugh. I think that's funny as shit.
Yeah, the first one was Utah. And by the way, we have a weekly show with Jared Bednar, and he was apoplectic the next day on the show. He goes, it's a good goal. The explanation wasn't satisfactory. He's going through all these different things, and it should have been a goal in my opinion. But I'm like, this guy's gonna. I don't know what the record is for having points. He had an assist taken away the other night too, so he has like 4 points. Yeah, I think 4 points taken away from him already. I don't know what the record is. I know the guys have had, during the course of a season, 4 or 5 goals taken away, but I'm like, this poor son of a gun, man. And by the way, boys, he's starting to play good hockey. I mean, his legs are really starting to go. What does he got to do to rack up some goals here, right? It's just, what did I say? I said something along the lines of, I'm coming down there, Riker, hold the door open for me. If they overturn this, I'm heading straight down from the booth. Because, we're rooting for the guy. I think everybody is. I mean, what he's gone through for 3 years. Yeah, exactly right. So if it takes us kicking a little official's butt there to get it done, then we'll get it done. But he's really starting to come. Look, you guys tell me, how long should it take a guy to get back to NHL speed after missing 3 years?
1 game if they're good.
Be a professional.
Sorry,
do your job.
I thought that these were the best athletes in the world.
Yeah, I thought your ass was in the gym for 3 years. What are you doing here, man? No, But it's got NHL speed. I can't even imagine taking a month off and then coming back because these guys are flying around out there. But he looks like himself. His legs are moving great. He's in the right spots. He's deflecting a ton of pucks. He's checking. He's mixing it up, fighting. He's back. Definitely back.
Why did they take John Michael Liles' wine cellar from us?
Dude, okay. Here, well, it still exists, by the way. It does. It's just in
Oh, no,
Vail.
I believe that.
Yeah, so Johnny trying to drive down from Vail every other day was an absolute nightmare. So he wanted to be a bigger part of the broadcast. We wanted him a bigger part of the broadcast. Thank goodness he got the okay from his wife, but they're now down here in Denver, which is good. Still have the house there. So the wine cave technically still exists, but now that he's on set, for every game and he's in the booth with us for home games, he'll go on a couple of road trips this year. Wine cave's gone. I don't know. We gotta figure out something else, right? We gotta figure out something to put behind him on the set, something like that. There's got to be, yeah.
Yeah, there needs to be like a remote wine cave or something because it was so funny because watching the broadcast, you'd be like, are these guys fucking drunk? And then it hit intermission, and then John Michael Liles would literally be in a wine cave and be like, "Oh, okay, this checks out." So,
dude, I think he would go through a bottle of wine per night. I'll text him and find out, but I think he would. And how good would that be? I mean, you're analyzing games, and you're like, "What's up?" That'd be awesome.
I mean, it was absolutely a vibe, and credit to him if he was taking down a bottle every night because he's still pretty good at the job. I think looked well put together. The most well put together man I've ever seen in my entire life, I think.
Yeah, Johnny Blue Eyes, man, that guy. Some guys are just born into it, right? They fall bass backwards into blue eyes in hockey. It's an art form, man. I'll tell you, it's an art form. Unbelievable, that guy.
Okay, we have my last question is, could you please explain this tweet of yours? We're going to put it up now. It is a picture of strawberry Pop-Tarts, a Dr. Pepper, and the caption is, "This is happening."
Dudes, I get up early to come on to this to my radio show. And, if you got in from, San Jose the night before, so I get like 5 hours sleep, and I'm hustling out the door. My wife will, she'll make me a little something to take with me sometimes, but sometimes I get nothing. So I'm down at the vending machine. I'm like, I'm starving. I've had 2 cups of coffee, but I need to wash down this friggin' Pop-Tart. So, pop me a Dr. Pepper and let's go. If our show's on television as well, so people can see me all morning long, I'm like eating a muffin or a Pop-Tart or a Snickers bar or something like that. Because, when people are like, how do you down a cheeseburger at 10:30 in the morning? I said, well, I've been up since 5:30. So to me, it's like, I don't know, it's like lunchtime to me. You know what I mean? I wish
like
there was
airport
a pizza
rules.
joint open. Yeah, that's exactly right. When you're up that early, everything else, all bets are off, man. Whatever's open, you go grab it. If there's a vending machine full of Pop-Tarts, you go nail it. And I guess I probably have a history of that. The Cinnabons and the Pop-Tarts on the road at the other rinks. I don't think there's a vending machine in the league I probably haven't hit at one point or another. I like it.
I did see a sign. We were driving back from Montreal, and there's a stretch of Vermont where there's just like no exits. But there was a sign for it during it, and it said 24-hour vending machine. And we were like, is that a brag? Does that vending aren't vending machines? Do vending machines usually keep hours?
Close?
Yeah,
Dude, if I had to drive that road, if I was driving back from Montreal back to Boston, and I hit that through Vermont, man, they would have all my money, 100%. I'm a huge drive snack guy. I would get the Pop-Tarts, I would get the chips, I would get the beef jerky, I'd get me some Diet Cokes, and I'm good to go. I'm in. Tell Vermont is coming.
I mean, I love a Pop-Tart while I'm having it, but I don't know if there's an item of food that outside of when you are literally tasting it is less valuable than a Pop-Tart. Pop-Tarts always make me feel fucking horrible. Going in, you're like, I probably shouldn't do this. But as you're having it, like other things, like I'm a big stuffing guy, Thanksgiving. Like, if I feel bad after eating stuffing, I'm like, how fucking good was that stuffing though? Pop-Tarts are the one thing that I think like outside of when it is on your tongue, like fucking horrible news. Yeah,
fair. I just don't think I've ever met anybody whose Achilles heel is like vending machines. So this is awesome.
Yeah, and I guess I'm a Pop-Tart aficionado. I don't know if I'm proud of that or not, but The way I eat a Pop-Tart, maybe I'm weird. I eat the outside crust first. Okay, so now all you have is the frosting, icing stuff left.
Wait, you eat the crust first?
I eat all the crust first. I break off the crust and eat the crust around the outside first. 100%.
Thought you were psychotic before, but this seals it, brother.
Yeah, it's friggin' weird. So then you get the big bite out of the corner, so there's corner, and then it's all just icing and filling and all the good stuff. I'll show you guys sometime. Next time we're in Boston, I'll show you the proper technique.
That's the type of shit that's the type of shit that makes life worth living, isn't it? Like when you figure 100%. That out, when you've cracked the code on how to eat a Pop-Tart, and you know what? You walk around every day, and I'm sure you see people eating Pop-Tarts, and you're like, these people have no fucking idea.
Doing it wrong.
V8 inches of Pop-Tarts, man. Makes the world go round.
Unbelievable. Well, Marc Moser, you are incredible. You could not be a broadcaster. You could just be a human being who wants to talk about food, and we will have you on anytime. It just so happens that you're one of the best play-by-play guys out there.
Thanks, man. Thanks, dudes. It's great to be with you guys. Thanks. Appreciate it very much. Pete, thanks for reaching out. Love your show. See all your stuff. Keep it going. You guys are kicking butt.
Awesome.
Thank you so
it's
much.
An honor.
Appreciate
Bye,
it.
Marc.
See you, boys.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to What Chaos here on YouTube. You will get everything, daily episodes, player interviews, and so much more. It's all here on the What Chaos YouTube. Hit subscribe.